Hey everybody, Pat Wallace here with you. Wanted to share these archived videos with you from the 2020 election. These are your incumbents and some of the return challengers. Now, this is your chance to reply. This is your chance to make a difference. Now check it out. Hey Tuskegee, it's time for another episode of Tuskegee Online, the online forum where you get up close and personal with the candidates that are seeking your vote on August 25th, 2020. In studio, running for District 2 for City Council of Tuskegee, we have former Mayor Johnny Ford. Welcome to the forum.
And thank you so very much. Thank you for having this forum.
Yes, sir. So please state your name, the office you are seeking, and define the role and responsibilities of that office as you see it.
Johnny Ford, running for District 2, Tuskegee City Council. The City Council is the legislative body. It is the body that has the final authority for making laws in the city of Tuskegee. I'm running for the City Council because I've been the mayor. I've been a legislator at the legislative level, but never had an opportunity to serve on the council. I'm running for the City Council because I want the City Council working together to pass laws which will forever be able to move Tuskegee forward. We'll have a foundation. We'll have a foundation for health care for all. We'll have a foundation for fixing these streets and cleaning up this town. We'll have a foundation for economic and commercial development at Exit 38 and throughout our city. So I'm running for the City Council this time because I want to be a legislator, a lawmaker. The mayor is more ceremonial, okay? Thank you.
All right, sir. You've already started down the line of our second question, which is, what is your vision for the city of Tuskegee?
Well, you know, I'm happy today because Kamala Harris is going to be our vice presidential nominee, and as a delegate for Joe Biden, I'll get a chance to vote on her. I'm happy for her. But I'm also sad because I just was part of responding to a call in the neighborhood where Mr. Summers, the father of Donna Bradford, we're not sure if he's going to make it. But the fire department was there. All the people were there doing what they could. We have no hospital. That is my top priority. Health care, telemedicine, urgent care for Tuskegee, and don't say we can't do it. We have one of the nicest federally qualified health centers in the world. I worked hard to make that happen with Wayne Rowe. We plan to also bring a small hospital and telemedicine and urgent care to Macon County. That's my top priority. Of course, all of the other things are important. Fixing the streets, cleaning the town up, Exit 38, making sure we support the Macon County Board of Education and education for our children, recreation. As I drove up today, I saw the Senior Citizens Program. We worked hard to make that possible. So there is much to be done. And we need to make sure that people have the services. They need police protection. They need the trash and the garbage picked up on a regular basis. We need to clean up this town. All these old vacant houses, we need to enforce the laws. That's why I'm running for the council. The laws are on the books. They need to be enforced by whoever our mayor is and city manager. And if we do not have a city manager, then the mayor can be held accountable. So, as a member of the council, I would do everything I can to pass laws to move our city forward.
Thank you, sir. Let's get into some items specific to District 2, which you're running for.
Right.
With regard to District 2, there has been a lot of citizen concern about the dumping issue in District 2. While the city is trying to beautify and attract tourism, many of the streets have become illegal trash piles. Some trash piles have even blocked roads in the district. What, as council member, do you plan to do about that problem?
First of all, you know, we need to deal with the landfill problem. We're dumping now over there in the industrial park. We need a landfill that's regional, that can be used by the city, the county, and other areas, instead of having to pay all that money to go to Tallahassee. You are right. We need to enforce the laws about dumping. There are laws on the books, but they are not being enforced. When you talk about District 2, let me just tell you about District 2, because I grew up in District 2. I'm a lake snake. That's my district. That's my home. So I love this district. And District 2 has so much to offer. District 2 is the home of Exit 38. District 2 is the home of the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site, Moulton Field, the Industrial Park, Lake Tuskegee. The police department is there now, though it needs to be moved downtown. It is where the comprehensive health service is. It's where the nursing home is. It's where the health department is. It's where the Thomas Reed Center is. It's where Lake Tuskegee is, which is not being kept up. Lake Tuskegee needs to be a place of recreation. We need to stock it with fish. We don't need to be charging people to fish in Lake Tuskegee. People ought to be able to fish and boat and picnic and sail. And first of all, it needs to be cleaned up and make it attractive once again. So when it comes to District 2, dumping and trash, for example, when you get off at exit 38, you see trash everywhere. You don't see that in Auburn when you get off the interstate. I mean, there's a certain mentality that we've got to prick the conscience of our people to have that pride, not to throw trash and to dump on our beautiful Tuskegee. We are the home of Tuskegee University, the birthplace of Rosa Parks, the birthplace of Lewis Adams, the home and land of Booker T. Washington, Dr. George Washington Carver, the land of the Commodore. We are somebody. We are a city that sitteth upon a hill, whose light cannot be hid. And through the people who live in District 2, I'm going to enforce the law so that we clean up the district first and keep it clean. Keep it clean. Yes.
Sounds good. You touched on a couple of the items in the second question, but here's another one. Many citizens are also concerned, and have been for a while, about the progress at Exit 38. Considering the delays caused by the health crisis recently, could you please give the citizens a realistic idea of when you expect this project to be fully operational and out of the construction mode?
Well, first of all, I'm the one, I hate to say but sometimes you have to let people know because they don't understand, who conceived this whole idea. When I was in the legislature, I annexed Exit 38 so that we could develop it in the city limits, so that the city would have the taxes from it. And also because that's how they did it in Montgomery and at Tigertown. The city was the force behind. They created a district, an economic and a commercial district. So that was the whole idea. And if we had gotten the support from the city council, we could have already completed Exit 38, because what we had proposed to do was have the city and the utility board and the district, economic district, float the bonds to build according to specs with pre-commitments from the industry. For example, if we had a Holiday Inn, then we would build a facility to the specs required by Holiday Inn and then lease it to Holiday Inn. If we wanted a McDonald's, we would get with McDonald's, build a facility. In other words, we were going to float one bond issue to buy the land, to build all the structures, and then the city would lease and be in charge through the development. But I could not get, it was the most frustrating thing in the world to be mayor the last 2 times, because if you're a mayor and if you don't have the majority of the city council that sees the vision and wants to vote with you, you can't get anything done with the city manager. So, but the point I'm stressing to you is, as a member of the council, you know I know what needs to be done, and I'm just going to share my wisdom and work together to get it done. For example, a hotel. We got to have a hotel or 2 out there. We got to have more outlets. We'll have the Greyhound bus station coming. We'll have the gasoline. Right now, you can't get any gas in town after certain hours. So if Auburn and Opelika could have a Tiger Town and Montgomery can have an East Chase, we can have a Tuskegee Chase. And in the facades would be in the spirit of the Tuskegee Airmen. We've got the Tuskegee Airport right there. So my vision is to make Exit 38 the front door to the community. A commercial gold mine, if you will, for Tuskegee. And I am the one who annexed all of that into the city limits, who proposed that we do it. And now I just want to work with the mayor and city manager to get the job done. That's why I'm running. Exit 38. Let's get it done. Jeff Potter has invested money, and let's get it done.
But do you think that there's any way that we can give the citizens an idea of what that timeline looks like for its completion?
Well, I think you said the COVID crisis has really thrown Jeff behind. But I think that by the end of the year, he'll be up and ready to roll. And once he's rolling, we're going to have to turn them down. They're going to want to come. Other service stations will want to come. Other fast foods, other outlets. We have the Greyhound bus station coming. Once he gets it going, it's going to be okay. But I think by the end of the year, he'll be up and running with no problem at all.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Regarding the students returning and the housing crisis,
sure.
What would you do as council person to help mitigate that problem with the housing situation?
Well, first of all, there are about 1,000 of the university students who live in Auburn and Opelika and Montgomery and other areas because they just don't have the adequate housing. All of these vacant houses around town here, we need to have a program for the city to require the property owner to fix it up. And if they don't, then the city owns the property. And then we can let it out to someone, give it to them, as a matter of fact, if they develop it and open up all of these houses so people can rent these places. But also the city can partner with Tuskegee University and we float a bond issue to build dormitories, to build apartments. The key to Auburn's progress, you see all those apartments going up in Auburn everywhere. Those are joint ventures between Auburn University and the city of Auburn. When you see the Auburn Convention Center, that's a joint venture. When you see Auburn tearing down those old places and building fraternity house, those are joint ventures wherein it is called a public and a private partnership. And that's what I propose as a member of the council to work with the mayor to create more housing opportunity. We have Lake Tuskegee. We need more nice housing complexes around that lake. We have plenty of room, plenty of houses. So what would I do? One, let the city go into the housing business because the city can use its power to bond and float bonds to build. And let's use local contractors first. I believe in everybody locally having a first shot at everything. They complain about the policemen living in Auburn and Opelika and other places. I want folk who work for the city to live here. I want folk who build things to live here. So my first priority as one who founded the Tuskegee Building Authority is to make sure that local people have a chance to do the construction to create more housing for Tuskegee.
Thank you. Next question. Another concern of citizens, including students, is the experience of hunger. And there's a problem that we've been experiencing with feeding programs. What can you do to get involved as a council?
Well, first of all, remember now, you're talking to the one, let me stay humble here. One who has an experience. I started my career as a federal employee with the U.S. Department of Justice. So I have worked for the federal government. I have worked at the state government in the legislature, and I worked at the city level. I was a model cities director. So I know where the money is. So what I would do as a member of the council, and I'm so happy to have somebody, you know, I used to have to go to Washington and do all this stuff, and I see Mayor Dunn back there. You know, as we get older, we don't want to have to do all those things. So what I would do is share my experience with the younger members of the council and with the mayor and the city manager, and tell them where the money is and how to get it. And that's why I'm proud to be a delegate for Joe Biden. I'm going to have a direct contact with the next president of the United States, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, the vice president. So we will be able to make sure that Tuskegee gets its fair share. All this stuff you see around the Tuskegee that a lot of folks ask, they say, well, what have you done? Well, we haven't done everything, but many of the things you do see around here, we had something to do with it. What are you talking about? Grants for water, sewer, electricity, housing, whatever. But your question about hunger, no one should be hungry in this day and time. We should have feeding programs. First of all, I'm proud of the feeding program for our senior citizens. No senior citizen should go hungry because all they have to do is call. During the summertime, well, the students have meals in school, but during the summertime, we have the feeding programs for the children. So we have it for the senior citizens, for the children, and there are other programs available. Whether you're talking about food stamps, they used to call them food stamps, they call them something else now. But anyway, to make sure, I would make sure that no one goes hungry in our city. And also the homelessness is a problem in our community as well, particularly for veterans. I would work hard to make sure we keep our veterans hospital. You didn't mention that, but the VA hospital is very important. Tuskegee University is very important. So yes, I'll make sure that hunger is not a problem in this day and time.
Thank you. Now we're going to take some questions from our online audience.
Sure.
Miss Elise Tolbert. Elise?
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you do have a question, please enter your question into the chat box, starting with your first and last name. We will be taking questions from the audience. Our first question this evening comes from Miss Elaine Harrington.
Oh, yes.
The question is,
Dr. Hopalong.
yes. The first question is, what is your vision and projection for District 2?
My vision is to make District 2 the front door for Tuskegee. First of all, I just drove into District 2, and it looks like a wilderness out there. I'm the legislator, Hopalong, who first of all had to use my power to get those lights put up at exit 38. I am not pleased with the amount of lights. We need more lighting. When you go to Auburn and Opelika, you see all those bright lights up there? So the first thing I'm going to do is get some more lighting for exit 38. Number two, we're going to cut off all those bushes. It looks like a swamp out there when you get off at exit 30. So we're going to clean it up. So my vision is to have District 2 look like District 2, look like the pride of the swift-growing South. There's a saying that a city that sitteth upon a hill is like cannot be hid. I've already told you why I love District 2 is because everything, so many things important exist in District 2. You have the lake, you have streets, you have the medical facilities, the nursing homes. And so my vision for District 2 is to clean it up, beautify it, and keep it clean and beautified, to pick up the trash, to provide the police protection, to make sure that our lake is beautiful, to make sure our streets are beautiful, and to make sure that in District 2 we have a hospital and health care for all. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our second question comes from Ms. Lenore Good. Her question is, what would you do differently to improve the signage in town?
That is important. Ms. Gould, you are so right. Most of our streets you can't find, well, you can put it into the computer and track it, but you shouldn't have to do that. Street signs should be illuminated and so you can read them in this city. but signage, period. How to get to Tuskegee University, how to get to the VA hospital, how to get to downtown, the historic district, neighborhood signage. And also, I'm concerned about what's on those signs. You got the signs of a lot of Confederate names, like Lee and others on these signs. We need some black heroes and sheroes up there, like Adams and, well, Booker T. Washington is up there, but there are so many other black heroes that need to be on those signs. So yes, the signage needs to be improved, but we also need to do something about putting some black heroes and sheroes on those signs. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Ms. Dorothea Ligon-Hawley.
Yes.
The question is, she says that she is not aware of any recycling programs in Tuskegee. How can there be recycling programs in Tuskegee to combat the trash issues?
Well, we just need to start it. We had it. Thank you, ma'am, for asking that question. You are exactly right. But you know where they had the recycling place? They had it right across from the lake. Now, that's not a good place to have people dumping and bringing items that need to be recycled. We need to have the recycling place in a place that's remote. But most of all, we need to have it, and I would push for that. Let me also say to you, ma'am, that the environment is very important to me. Global warming is a reality. I also believe in recycling. I also believe in using alternate forms of energy, solar energy, and clean energy of that sort. Those are the kinds of things that I understand. But I am so happy that you raised that point, and I can assure you that we will reinstitute the recycling program in Tuskegee, Alabama. Okay? Recycling. Very important.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next question comes from Muja Shakir. The
Yes.
question is, what is the most significant contribution you have made during your many years as a public servant? And what has been your greatest failure?
Well, my greatest failure, let me do that first, is because I'm human. So first of all, I apologize for my shortcomings. I'm man enough to say that I am not perfect, and I ask for your forgiveness. On the other hand, I also ask for you to give me this last chance, this last 4 years of my public service, to make up for my shortcomings in the past, and also get some things done that we haven't gotten done before. Now, in terms of what is my greatest accomplishment, I always tell everyone what I'm most proud of. All the things we've done. We did the industrial park, the airport, we helped get the $35 million for the National Historic Site. We helped get Tuskegee University declared as a state-related university so we could increase their appropriation. We got Tuskegee University additional money. I've gotten the Board of Education additional money. But the thing that I am proud of most is Booker T. Washington High School. Why? Because it was the city that built Booker T. Washington High School with the Board of Education. That high school is our pride and joy, and we're not finished with it yet until they have football field and track and swimming pool and auditorium and all of those things. So I'm proud of many things I've done, but Booker T. Washington High School, because it shows cooperation and it's a citadel of learning for our children to prepare them for the future, to go on to become a vice president or a president of the United States or whatever they want to be.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next question is, let's see. If you were to become city councilman for District 2,
Right.
what is your intent to bring outside entities in to help clean up blight and retain citizens and businesses?
Well, outside, yes, but inside first. There are enough local contractors in this town to clean up this town. And the city, as I said earlier, needs to go into the housing redevelopment, shall we call it redevelopment, wherein the city acquires the property through eminent domain, and once the city has that property, it can either give it away, actually, to a contractor, local people. These people, that we have enough tractors. I was talking to Judge Menifee the other day. He's got all the equipment in the world, Tolbert, and there's another contractor down off of the Union, off of South Main, a new contractor. Boy, he's doing great work. I went by his office the other day. But yes, we'll bring outside people in, but I'd like to start with our local contractors and our local people to get involved in cleaning up this town. Like knock them down, clean them up, clear it up, and let's have our own landfill so that we can take all this trash to the dump. Like I always say, let's dump Trump. You didn't ask me for that, but I'm on a roll right now. I'm so happy about Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. Could you please, as we close out this episode, could you please give us your final comments on why the citizens should elect you as their next District 2 City Council member for the city of Tuskegee?
Yes, well, let me just say this. I want to thank the other candidates who are running. They're all wonderful people. Not only for District 2, but generally we have good candidates running, and I wish them all. They're all of them are younger than I am, so I want to wish them well. I'm running because time is of essence. As I said, you would have had to have been there. Let me tell you why I'm running. I was there to look in the room and see a man laying on the floor, and to see them trying to revive him, to see the police department out there, the fire department out there, and here's a man on his deathbed. I'm praying that he makes it. But the point is, I'm running, people are dying from the COVID. And because we don't have Medicaid expanded. I'm a health person. Health is priority. I want to save lives. That's why I'm running. That's why I don't mind going to jail. That's why I don't mind dying myself, because health care is a new civil rights movement. I'm like John Lewis. I'm ready to get into good trouble in Tuskegee, in Alabama, and this nation to save lives. I'm running because we don't have time, Tuskegee. We got a lot of talk. I know I'm not for any talking. I got 4 years. I don't have time to waste. I'm going to give you my best 4 years, and then I'm going to go enjoy life. But I want to save some lives first before I go. I want to fix up these streets and clean up this town. I want to get the downtown going again. That's in my district, by revitalizing the downtown Tuskegee, those old storefronts. Let's paint them up and get someone in them. I want to get the hospital built. I want to expand the nursing home. I want to get Exit 38 going. I want to expand the runway at the airport as a pilot. We got to have instrument landing. You come into Moulton Field without instrument landing, I mean, it's a problem because our elevation is so low. I want to reconnect and have flights connecting from Moulton Field. I used to be so proud as mayor to walk out to the airport, get on a shuttle plane, and connect with Atlanta and the world. I want that again. I want Exit 38 to be our Tiger Town or our East Chase. I want it to be our Tuskegee Chase. And so what I'm saying to you all, you know, I'm going to be all right, okay? Either way it goes. But I am willing to give this last 4 years. First of all, for my shortcomings, please forgive me. I want to make it up to you. And if I've ever insulted anyone, please forgive me. But on the other hand, I want to give you the very best that I can over the next 4 years to truly make Tuskegee University the home of Mrs. Rosa Parks, the home of Lewis Adams, land of Booker T. Washington, Dr. George Washington Carver, the home of the VA hospital. We want to make it a National Historic Site, just like the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site and the Tuskegee University Historic Site. We want to make Tuskegee a city that sitteth upon a hill, with District 2 being the front door, so that everybody can say with new meaning, Tuskegee, the home of Tuskegee University, the pride of the swift-growing South. Vote Johnny Ford.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. Thank you very much. Thank you for being on our venue, and thank you for all the viewers for tuning in. We apologize for not getting all of your questions in, but you can still ask your questions in the feed. The candidates will be answering your questions after the program, so please continue to tune in. Also, we will have Mr. U.L. Brownlee next in our studio. I would like to thank our moderator, Pat Wallace, that's me, our chat box monitor, Elise Tolbert, our timekeeper, Miss Lucinia Dunn, our hostess, Marion Garman, and our Zoom pilot tonight, Mr. Bill Perry, and Kim Motor City on our AV program. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for our next show. Okay, that was that. Now this is your time and this is your chance to make a difference in your community. Make sure you make comments and reply. Stay tuned, because we expect to have some more videos coming soon. Make sure you go out to the polls. Thank you, Tuskegee.